G'day fishers, that time of the week again, time for a fishing report. And the weather this weekend is looking a little bit dodgy for Saturday, but Sunday's looking pretty good. So if you can hold out till Sunday, that's what I'll be doing. Bit of a southerly change coming through. I think it's going to blow pretty good on Saturday. It looks like it's about 20 to 25 knots. So if you're planning on fishing offshore, roll it over to Sunday. It might be a little bit uncomfortable, but definitely worth a shot at the moment. So what's been happening again? Well, in the bay, plenty of good flathead around. I spoke to Paul off Fishport Stevens Estuary Charters. He's been nailing some cracking flatties at the moment. So if you're keen on doing that, some really nice flatties. The water is very warm in the bay from the ocean, but also obviously when it heats up from the back of the estuary. So flatties are definitely on fire. It's not a bad time of year to go and chase some big girls around in the bay. Plenty of whiting too. Pete's been fishing down along the flats and around Corlette, throwing small hard bodies and surface lures. He's been getting a mixture of really nice whiting, but also some really nice brim on the shallow running atomics there. So doing really well down on the flats. So you can do it shore base, don't need a boat. You can definitely do it shore base if you're keen on doing that at the moment. Also the pelagics. The bonito is definitely in the bay at the moment, so you've just got to hunt the birds around, especially first light. Try and do that at first light, incoming tide, and you will find the bonito that are hunting around in the bay, and also plenty of chopper tailor. So good fun for the kids, but the bonito are excellent fun on that light tackle. So smaller spinners, those 5 to 10 grand armour anchovies do the job nicely on those bonito at the moment. So a little bit of a wrap up of the bay there. Just your bread and butter species at the moment are a couple of kings I heard down the break, or if you're keen on doing that, but they are very, very skittish. So get down there and probably throw a live squid down and you might get a bite out of a kingy at the moment. Speaking of squid, you'll catch them around Shoal Bay moorings at the moment. Also off Shoal Bay Wharf there's a few garfish turning up, I've noticed. So good fun with the kids, a little float, a little bit of bread, a little bit of prawn, and away you go. So if you want to have some fun with the kids, definitely take them down to Shoal Bay Wharf for a few garfish at the moment. Now the beaches fished well the last couple of days. Swell backed off, water is definitely warm, great for a swim. It's around about 23 to 24 degrees at the moment, so beautiful temperature for a swim. But plenty of whiting around. I noticed up at Fingal, some people have been heading up towards the spit there, getting plenty of whiting, some really nice fish as well. Averaging, anywhere from 5 to 10 whiting in a session, which is a really good feed. A few brim mixed up amongst them as well. So down towards Berrubi and Samurai, likewise, you'll find the whiting. And if the swell does back off and we do get a not bad night for it, I'd say Sunday, Monday, Tuesday would be really good. Chase a mulloway down the beach at the moment. So beaches will fire up. I just think you'll have to wait till the Sunday to get past this southerly before you can get there and miss the swell. But you could try the southern corners, like 1 mile, places like that as well. So beaches fishing well. Now off the rocks, there are a few fish off the rocks. That water has warmed up, so it'd be worth going to chase a few pelagics. Definitely plenty of bonito around off the rocks. Any of the points at Fingal, down off 1 mile, plenty of bonito down there if you're keen to spin up a few of those. Some really nice tailor around as well. I got sent some photos, some absolute cracking tailor up around the 2 kilo mark. So plenty of tail around off the rocks at the moment. As far as bread and butter species, there's a few ludric down off Cemetery Point there and a bay, so if you're keen on doing that. Now the big news this week, the offshore scene. Yes, the warm water did push in with the southerly. There has been a few black marlin inshore. I wouldn't say they're thick at the moment. I think it's only going to get better over the next couple of weeks. I think they'll push in there real good. But the water is warm. There's plenty of bait around. Scotty on the Freedom Haven Charters has been chipping away each day. He does pretty well. We call him the inshore ninja. He's been getting 2 to 3 a day. So, but working for them. They haven't come easy. He said he's got to work for them. So he's doing really well on those smaller black marlin. Calypso also caught a couple there yesterday as well. So there are a few about. You just got to work for them. That's for sure at the moment. Plenty of small dolphin fish around as well. They'll attack your live baits. They'll drive you insane. They're not legal by any chance. They just like to destroy your live baits. But definitely worth fishing the inshore grounds at the moment for a few black marlin. I reckon there'll be a sneaky striped marlin in there as well. Also, so getting back to the reefs, plenty of trag on the reefs at the moment. If you're keen on your tragling, plenty of really nice trag at the moment, so give that a shot. There are a few nice snapper, but deeper water for your snapper at the moment. That 40 to 50 metres with that warmer water, I find the snapper bite really well in that deeper water. And also some really nice kings around. That water push in really blue and clear, and there are some really, really big kings in the shallows at the moment. I know one gentleman actually had an encounter with one well over 20 kilos, legit, and unfortunately he didn't come out real well on that side of things. So some really good fishing to be had at the moment. The water's only going to get better. Lead up to the Garmin Classic or the shootout, so we're only a week away to that. It's going to be very interesting the way the fishing is. If it heats up even more, well then even better, but I think it's going to be chipping away, and those that know will do pretty good. Anyway, that's it for this week. We'll give you a full report next week, the lead up to the Garmin Classic and the shootout, so it should be on. Talk to you next week.